Hi, we're the Unordinary Sheep.
And here's an update.
Here's an update.
On September 8th, last week, we found out the news about Indonesia. And the news is that they are going to remain closed until sometime in 2022.
They said that they're going to open in 2022. So that could be December or...
You mean January or December.
Yes. Could be January or December.
So super specific,
which was
very helpful.
Yeah, which was discouraging, obviously, because we feel called to go there and feel like we've done a lot of planning for it.
Sold everything for it.
Yeah, and so now it's like, okay, now what?
Yes, so immediately following that news, we both were kind of just at a mode of almost throwing in the towel on the whole idea of moving abroad and thinking maybe it's just too much in the times we're in, COVID craziness, all that stuff going on. And basically, right as we were backpedaling and freaking out a little bit internally, a friend came over and offered some perfectly timed encouragement.
And help.
Yeah.
So we have decided now, through a lot of prayer and just discernment that the Lord's given us, of where to move to for the time being, which it's going to look different than being long-term somewhere. But we're very excited for it. But along the way, it's been difficult, just waiting for the Lord and not knowing where He has us going and what He has us doing. It's been really hard. And actually, the other day, I was reading in Psalm 13, where David is kind of crying out to the Lord. And he says, "How long, O Lord, will you hide your face from me?" He's just in this desperation of like not feeling like God is near.
Just really raw emotion.
Yeah, and we've kind of felt not the exact same way, but in the same way, in the sense that we're just like, God, where are you leading us? Like, why'd you have us leave Charlotte and put Bali on our heart if it's just going to be closed? And then at the very end of that chapter in Psalm 13, David then says, "But I believe in the salvation," or I trust in the salvation of the Lord. And so he's reassuring to himself, like, even though it doesn't feel like God's leading me down the path that I thought He would, I know that He is here and I can trust in His faithfulness. So that's what we're trying to encourage ourselves with. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been challenging for sure this whole process since we moved out of our apartment on July 31st. It's been a lot of hopping from place to place to place to place because people have been really kind to open up their homes, but obviously we don't want to overstay our welcome. And it's been, first of all, thank you to everyone who's been so generous and kind to open up your homes for us. And just a little recap, just in the past 2 weeks since our last vlog video, we've been from northern Pennsylvania to Connecticut, from Connecticut to a place in Lancaster, then to another place in Lancaster, then to another place in Lancaster, then to Horsham, Pennsylvania, now in New Jersey. So that's just in 2 weeks. We've gone
a lot of
7 different places.
Yeah.
And that's basically been the theme of the past month and a half. So really hard to be settled, really hard to find a routine. And amongst the fact that among all of it, we don't know what's going on in the future. The whole starting social media is brand new to us, very overwhelming, especially to me. It's hard to wrap my mind around, and I get pretty burnt out by it. But in that, like Danny was saying, it's causing us to constantly come back to the truth, and the truth is that God has a plan, and He didn't have us sell all of our junk for no reason at all. Like this, He has a purpose in it, and He's going to lead us to that.
Yeah.
So,
which is something that we also want to encourage any of you who are going through that same season of life, just feeling like maybe God doesn't feel near to you, or his voice doesn't, like it just doesn't feel like it's there, and you don't know where he's leading you, or doesn't feel like he's leading you at all. We would just want to encourage you to just trust in him, even though it's extremely hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, we've known firsthand in other areas of our life, but this is just such a great journey in our life, just at the beginning of this path that God has us on, to learn how to trust in him, even when it feels like he is leading us down this path that we're like, what are we doing? So it's hard, but we just want to be an encouragement to anyone out there who is feeling the same way and feeling like God isn't near to you. I just want you to know that he is near to you, and you can trust in his faithfulness. So
yeah.
So with that all being said, we have decided on where we're gonna go, which we're very excited to announce to you guys. And that place is going to be, do you want to tell them?
Yes, we're going to Portugal.
Portugal, yes.
Specifically Lisbon, Portugal, which is kind of on the coast, and it's the center of, or midway, I don't know.
Yeah, in the country. It's Portugal's capital, and we actually have...
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Learn something new every day.
We also have a friend from Bible college who lives there currently, so it'll be fun to get to be around him and journey through their country a little bit.
Yes, and what we mean by picking Portugal is we're actually going to just go there for a month to start out, and then from there move on to another country and so on. We won't announce what that country is until we're more sure of the state of everything, if borders will still be open for the countries we're thinking of or not. So we're taking it month by month, or even probably more accurately day by day.
Yeah. So in taking it month by month and going to places that aren't as cheap as Indonesia, that's something that is definitely hard whenever you've planned, even budgeted for Indonesia, and you're like, okay, we can make this work, and then go to a country like Portugal, which is still affordable, but not as cheap as Indonesia by a long shot.
And though it may be affordable, right now we have no income yet, because this is brand new, and until this is actually bringing in an income for us, everything's a little nerve-wracking, especially when the cost of living is higher than
you expected.
Yes. With that being said, Danny created a little webpage for us that has the links to all of our social media accounts, as well as a support us little link. That's a little button you can click on if you feel led to just give a little bit towards us. That would be very much appreciated, but obviously not necessary, because this is not something we plan to do truly. But if you feel led to do that to help us get more on our feet and a little less nervous about finances, we appreciate it. But ultimately, we just really truly hope that you were encouraged by our videos, and that's all we really care about. So
also in that link, you'll find links to all our social medias. So if you're watching us right now on, say, YouTube or Instagram, you can find the other social media links there, to also our TikTok, which we do have, and pretty soon we're going to start a podcast, which will be linked there as well.
Yes.
So that is us right now. We just ask that you would continue to pray for us, and we hope that you will just follow along on our journey, following the Lord, following our shepherd as we are the sheep.
Please subscribe, like, share if you have enjoyed this, and we hope you have a wonderful day.